Hey, I'm not Marcus,
And I'm Nick.
and they usually are working class nerds.
Cue the intro. That's right, we're Working Class Nerds, the podcast that gives you no information about your favorite information. Today is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. You can find this 129 Marcus free podcast on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, and anywhere you can find podcasts in the entire galaxy. You can watch Marcus play video games Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays at twitch.tv/MarcusB814. And you can watch me play video games every single Monday night at twitch.tv/NickVern51. You can also find the both of us on Twitter. Marcus is at MarcusB814, and I am at NickVern. That's NickVern. And this week's episode, we're talking with Joey Fetta. Mr. Frozen Cheddar himself is here, and he's brought all 12 of his degrees with him. That's right. It's another UConn alumni episode, and it's Marcus free. So strap yourselves in because we're talking about Metroid Dread with a side of sidebar and Marvel stuff and Spider-Man and maybe the Sinister Six, Sinister 5+1. So anyways, without further ado, Joey, welcome to the show. And what have you been up to?
That was perfect. So thank you for having me.
Not bad for one take, right?
No, not bad for one take at all. That was pretty stellar. And you were like twice the manpower on that one because Marcus decided he wanted to go to bed at 8 o'clock on a Thursday.
I know. Club is not going up on a Thursday for Marcus.
No. Not Club Marcus B814. Nope.
It's all good.
Club's
hey, everybody
going
gets
down.
tired, you know?
Everybody has those days.
And
Everybody gets that way.
Everybody makes mistakes. Yeah, I mean, it's about time I did a solo podcast or a Marcus free podcast. He's done a bunch without me.
He's done it without you, man. So I mean, it's only fitting. Now
It's
we
only
can talk
fair.
about UConn Huskies all day, all the time.
God. Just make only UConn references and everyone will hate the episode.
UConn
Huskies.
Woof.
So anyway, you did some traveling recently? Speaking of UConn things.
Yeah, no, I did. I went to see my old college roommates back from sophomore year. One of them moved to San Diego. The other one moved to South Carolina, but that's not important because we met up in San Diego.
Yep.
Because that entire city is just full of tacos.
Wow.
I don't know. Have you ever been to
would
the
you call
West
it
Coast?
Taco Town?
I would call it Taco Town. I would call it Taco Town.
Have I ever been to the left coast? Is that what you were going to say?
West Coast.
The left coast?
The upside down, left, right, up, down, BB, start coast?
The Konami code?
The Konami code coast?
No, I've never been there.
No, not to the land of the San Diegos.
No, I have a lot of friends that live out there, though. Stingle lives out there in, I think, Oregon. Sheehan lives in, or at least last I chatted with him, he lives in California somewhere. Yarden now obviously lives in over there in San Diego. You know that's Spanish for whale's penis.
Did you know that they're 15 minutes from Tijuana? And I had no idea, so I left my passport at home, and I could have been in Mexico.
Yeah, what? You didn't want to dip over the border? That's like,
dude,
the best place to get syphilis.
Okay, so now that you've mentioned syphilis, we're past the point of it being a PG-13 podcast.
Oh, no way. This is never PG-13.
No, never.
We're drinking whiskey and just shooting the shit here. Let's go.
That's sidebar podcast. So I go to this bar. Speaking of whiskey, it was actually a whiskey bar.
Okay.
So the whole entire thing was just all bourbon, scotch, whiskey, everything you could imagine, right?
Yep.
And I'm with a couple of individuals who really, really love fruity drinks. So it
Yarden
was not...
And Ethan both love fruity drinks.
Love fruity drinks. And this is why we found ourselves at a tiki bar later this evening.
A tiki bar?
Yeah, it was actually a speakeasy. So it's called the False Idol for anybody who lives on the West Coast in San Diego.
Yeah.
Don't remember how we got there, but we got there, and it was in the back of a different restaurant, and we had to go through a freezer door, and that's how we got into this tiki bar.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
It was
That's a real
fantastic.
speakeasy.
It was a real speakeasy. And me being the guy who I am, for those of you who don't know already, I have an obsession with glassware.
Yes.
So your boy flew 4 cups from this speakeasy back to Connecticut, little old Connecticut.
Yep.
So my entire carry-on was like full of cups, and TSA stopped me. They were like,
Why do you have so
you
much
got some
glass in here?
sharps in here. One of them fucking broke, so they thought I had a knife.
Oh,
Oh, I was
okay.
upset.
Yeah.
But
You're
now I
like,
have 3
well, it
cups.
wasn't sharps before I got here, dicks.
Yeah, until
Yeah.
you slammed it through the x-ray, it wasn't sharp.
Right.
But yes, I went to San Diego, and it was actually a great experience because it was 30 degrees when I left, and then
Yeah.
it was 75 degrees for the entirety of the time I stayed there, and then I
Oh,
came
that's
back
nice.
and went right to work, and it was not fun.
No, going right to work after vacation is just terrible.
No, it's like I went from Bradley to clock in. It was
Oh no! Did you
it
like
was
pack scrubs or something?
Oh
or
yeah, I
your
packed
uniform?
scrubs. I put scrubs right on the top of my carry-on, and I changed in the bathroom, Bradley International, and then I went to go be a nurse for a whole 8 hours,
That's
and
just terrible.
okay, so because we're already on this tangent, and it
Yeah.
doesn't even matter
Yeah, but it's all sidebars all the time here. Keep it going.
exactly. So we live East Coast,
Yep.
Eastern Standard Time, the best time zone.
The
We
correct
we know
time zone.
this, the correct time zone.
Yes.
I traveled 3 hours into the past
Oh right.
because it's in a whole different time zone. So I
Yeah,
traveled
was
for
it like
eight
a
hours,
4-hour
and
flight ish?
technically, yes, I traveled for about 8 hours, and it was about 4.5 hours by the time it was all said and done. Like I left
Okay.
at 7 a.m. and then we went. I traveled the whole day, and then I ate lunch.
That's weird.
It was so strange, but I'm a fucking asshole, and I decide to go for just a weekend. And the weekend happened to be the one where we set the clocks back, the first weekend of November.
Oh my god.
So you want to talk about jet lag?
No kidding.
That was the time to do it.
Yeah, because you were wait a minute, so you went back 3 hours, which was really then you gained a whole other hour.
Mhm.
So now your body's like 2 hours back, basically. Or only 2 hours ahead. Then you fly back and you're screwed up 2 hours still.
It's hard
that's
to really understand how time works, and this segues perfectly into what we're going to talk about later for
Spider-Man No Way Home. Did you play any disc golf? Wait, what else did you do in San Diego besides eat tacos
Dude,
and
I
find a
straight up,
speakeasy?
I ate tacos and went to speakeasies. It was bad.
That sounds fun though.
It was a lot of fun. And do you know what I find out really cool about San Diego in particular, and I guess sort of urban areas? So because we're in a time where carbon emissions become like a real issue,
Yeah. Yep.
alternate modes of transportation,
Like
big
crap up.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have electric scooters on every corner of every street,
Like for rent?
like for rent. So I took
that's
my
cool.
phone, I downloaded this app, and you scan the QR code, the scooter turns on, and you book it
Well, that's fucking
down the
awesome.
street on an electric scooter,
And then you just ditch it at the next station.
and you just, yep, doesn't even matter. And then you take a picture and you do it, and it charges you, and you're good to go.
Huh. Well, that's
But
pretty
do you know
awesome.
what I found out?
How hard they are to
Oddly enough,
control.
no, they're easy enough to control. You need a picture of your license in order to set up the app.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting, because you can't ride them on the sidewalk.
Oh.
And because you can't ride them on the sidewalk, if you're slightly inebriated and operating this motor vehicle, you can get tagged for a DUI on a scooter.
Oh my
Thank God, I told the cop I was lost, and he just blew by it. He was like, all right, go up the road 2 blocks and then take a left, this, that, and the other thing.
Wait, a cop stopped you?
I left the speakeasy
Yeah.
with my cups, and I was like, shit, I gotta put these back in the apartment.
Yeah.
So I put them in a tote bag, hooked it around my neck, and then
Yeah.
took off on this electric scooter
Yep.
in a city that I had no idea where I was, didn't know what time it was, didn't know which way was up, down, left, or right, trying to find my old roommate's apartment,
Yep.
and I get stopped by a police officer.
And you're like, "Hey, officer, I'm super lost. I'm not from around here. Can you show me where to go?" Before he even like got to the why do you have
Got to anything. I was like,
glasses around your neck?
yeah, and the top speed on those things is 15 miles an hour. So I mean,
Only
honestly,
15?
yeah, no, I was within taser range the whole time, so there was there was no escape. But that was my time in San Diego.
Within taser range is not a place you want to be.
Yeah. So, oh, another thing that I think you might actually find interesting.
Yep.
So we got taken to this natural park where it's right on the edge of a cliff. It's called
Yep.
Black's Beach.
Okay.
And they do paragliding there.
Okay.
And hang gliding. So we went, and my old roommate Ethan, he's in the Navy. He's stationed on a submarine. So he obviously does not care about what happens to his body. So he signs up for that. He signs up to jump off a cliff with a parachute attached to him.
Nice. Okay.
It wasn't windy enough for our fat asses to go. They said you need winds of up to 13 miles an hour, and it was like a crisp, nice, beautiful day. No wind, no nothing.
Zero wind. Yeah.
Zero. They were like gusts of 4 miles an hour. Like basically, you could fart faster than the wind was blowing. And,
right.
But they had falcons, and you could sign up to do falconry.
What? Like just like have a falcon land on your arm?
They give you a glove, and they're like, "Here, whoop."
Wow,
There it goes.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you see Star Fox 2 or just Falco?
Just Falco.
Oh, okay.
Just
Did
Falco.
he at least do a barrel roll?
Slippy was on vacation.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, so you have written down dissertation IRB submission. Why do you have to submit your dissertation to the IRB? Wait, I should go back.
No,
so
you're fine.
For those of you who don't work in medical research, IRB stands for Internal Review Board. So any like
institutional review board.
Sorry, you're right. Institutional Review Board, which means like any institution. For Joey's instance, it's UConn Health, right? Or UConn. Mm-hmm. For me, it'd be Bay State Health. You have a review board that makes sure all of your research that you're doing and research submissions for trials that you want to conduct are, up to all the FDA codes and things like that.
They basically make sure what you're doing is ethical.
Right. Yeah. And
that's the whole shebang. But
yeah.
So for part of my dissertation is I am submitting a survey study, which I find completely bonkers that I need to get IRB permission for.
For a survey?
For a survey. Yep.
That's weird. Okay.
So, like the one that they give you after you go to McDonald's and try and figure out if your Big Mac was up to snuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to send that to a panel of individuals who are the most uptight motherfuckers you've ever met in your entire life.
IRB boards are that's like redundant. That's like saying GPS system, but IRBs are like always super wound up tight. I feel like at Bay State they're super strict too. They like literally comb through every single word.
Dude, I'll paint a picture for you, right? So you have an institution.
Okay.
They decide they want a review board.
Okay.
They pick people who are the most indifferent to that institution, and rightfully so, because you don't want any sort of collusion, any sort of bias, nonsense going on, no bias, no financial conflicts of interest. Cool.
Yeah.
The people that fit in the category of completely separate from any of that are just sticks in the mud.
Yeah, they're really boring people.
They are really boring people.
Like, imagine like working at UConn and somehow not at all caring about UConn basketball.
Exactly.
Or like not caring about the school itself at all, like having no ties.
Jonathan the Husky signs your checks, and you cannot be any sort of emotionally invested in that institution.
Right. Basically, you got to be a Syracuse alumni to work at the UConn IRB.
Nope, because then you're totally against it. So you got to be this whole central neutral.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh, goodness.
They're very boring.
Why did I put this in the fucking show notes? This is
Who cares,
the dumbest
dude?
thing.
What do you mean? It's work stuff. What's your dissertation on?
So I am studying traumatic brain injury,
Okay.
specifically in secondary schools. So that's middle and high school. Um, any sort of student athlete who sustains a concussion. My specific focus is the return to learn after that concussion. So
Okay.
what that means is each of the 50 states has formal legislation that denotes the process to return to athletics.
Yeah.
Makes
So you're
sense.
not trying to like make a concussed kid try to learn things when they can barely talk.
Well, that's the thing. Only 8 out of 50 states actually have legislation that sets forth a process of returning to learn.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Which
so 50.
is our Mass in Connecticut one or no?
Massachusetts is one.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I remember like that getting enacted my freshman year of high school or something. We
It
had to
was
take these like
around 2014, actually. So you probably had graduated at
I
that
did.
time.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I graduated in 2013. But I know we had maybe it was just our school that enacted concussion protocols because I remember having to take these weird like reaction time tests
Impact
on the
test. Hmm.
yeah on the computer and like I tried to do it as fast as I could. They were like, "No, you have to use one finger," and I was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna to press the space bar as fast as you can." I'm like, "Okay,
Hmm.
one." It's like, "Hell no! I'm gonna use two fingers like I'm shooting a paintball gun," and it was like, "Fail! It's too fast.
Way
It's
too
like
fast.
faster than is humanly possible. You fail. Redo it." I'm like,
Usain
"Oh."
Bolt of fingers.
And then my friend's like, "Dude, you got to do it slower than you actually can. So when you get a concussion and you're fucked up, you can come back and play." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're right.
And that's where I come in.
Right." Joey's like, "Yeah, stupid assessments like that are why I'm trying to figure out something else."
Exactly.
So what? So you're looking at TBIs and you're looking at like return to learn, but what's the strat for your
The
dissertation?
strat is people suck at communicating, and it's not just your relationship, buddy. It's communication as a whole. So
Mm.
that's my main focus is I'm trying to intervene and develop what is called a concussion management team, and it's going to be an interdisciplinary team of individuals who work in the secondary school setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of words for somebody who's drank a lot of bourbon. So let's move on.
Okay, moving right along. In the video game world, you did some cool stuff to your computer, right?
I did. So
What you got?
so last time I think I was on this podcast, I was with our buddy Alan.
Yes. No,
Eh,
you came on solo before.
That was before Alan.
The last
I'm
time you
pretty
came
sure
on was when you were on with Al.
it was with Al.
I thought
Yeah,
you went on solo after that too.
I don't know.
Well, anyways, please
I'm still
continue.
messed up from San Diego.
That's quite all right.
Anyway, last time I spoke to you and what would have been your cousin Marcus,
Yep.
I
Yep.
had
Yep.
a computer that I had purchased at the beginning of the pandemic with the first stimmy check,
Okay. Oh yes. Okay.
the Potato 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't only like $400.
It was $400. I built it all with old parts, and I was able to really get it going up until a certain point. And
Yeah.
that certain point was when I really found out I enjoyed simulation racing games.
Yes.
And
You cannot run those on potato.
no, and
Just the physics take like a whole
I needed
CPU.
2 CPUs in that
Yeah.
thing to
Yeah.
even make it work. So I went upscaled. I took a page from Mr. Bernadakis' book and bought a
Mm-hmm.
pre-built computer to get the 3070.
Yep. Beautiful. It's hard to get them otherwise. So
It's hard to get them otherwise, so I had to bite the bullet and do the whole computer, which was a blessing in disguise, but we've got the new computer.
yeah.
And I play a variety of games. On November 8th, Jurassic World Evolution 2 came out. And
Mm-hmm.
that's like a park management roller coaster tycoon thing.
I was just gonna say it sounds like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but
Oh
dinosaurs.
man, it's Zoo Tycoon, but it's Jurassic Park, and it is the best thing ever.
Well, that sounds awesome.
It was until my computer crashed. And like
And
we're
crashed and
talking
crashed,
a
right?
nice computer. Yeah. Like a nice computer, like Intel i7, 10K, the whole 3070, like it should be able to run a Zoo Tycoon.
Yeah, like no problem.
It was apparently too hot. So I bought an
Yeah. What kind of
AIO
temps
water
was your
cooler.
CPU getting again?
It could boil water. It was really neat how you could literally put water inside my computer and it would boil pasta.
Off the CPU.
Off the CPU. You
That's
can make
bad.
spaghetti off the CPU, and it was just not right.
So you put in a water cooled cooling radiator system.
I did. It was actually quite easy. Cooler Master makes one. Um,
What brand
it
is
ran
mine?
me
I don't
about
even know.
$80,
I
and
feel
it.
like that's well worth it to
Oh my
completely change
goodness!
the.
So you're talking a CPU that could boil water playing Zoo Tycoon, and I attached this AIO water cooler, and then it's body temperature. Incredible.
Wow. I don't know which brand mine is. I just climbed over to the table to look, but
I saw. What you got?
I don't know. It's I couldn't find look quick enough. I didn't want to spend too much time down there. But what was I gonna say? That's awesome though. You'll have to walk me through it. One of these days I have to go through my fans on my computer because I have one of my um intake fans. It just doesn't spin of the three. The
Oh,
bottommost one. Yeah, it's been
oh
like that
no.
since I got it. But
Oh no.
I mean I also have the water cool. I have 3 exhaust fans and then 2 intake. But
Do you have a can of air next to you?
no.
So sometimes I found out with my old computer that was the potato.
Yeah.
If the fan stops spinning, sometimes it just needs a jump start. Like it
Oh,
needs to
okay.
overcome the bearings. So I used canned air to like get it spinning.
I haven't even tried that, like gone that far. I could probably take the side panel off and shove my hand in there, but
I don't want to void any warranties, so I'm gonna advise against any sort of tampering.
that's true. I do have a warranty on this thing, but I didn't want to send it back just because one fan isn't spinning out of all the cool stuff in there.
No, I get that.
I got a 3080. I think I also have an i7, the water cooling something. Lots of lights and sounds.
I ripped mine open so fast, you have no idea.
Yeah, mine is too. I have. I mean, I've opened the side to dust it out, but I've not like played with anything besides that.
Nah, I fucking yanked the CPU fan off like, and then it was in the bin.
Yeah. If that thing
I
is
was like,
if that thing's like 90 degrees Celsius plus, that's not good.
it would shut off my computer, and I was like, oh my goodness,
That's terrible.
it is ridiculous.
Yeah. So what have you been playing for games?
Jurassic World Evolution 2 now, so
Yes.
that's beautiful. Now that my computer runs it. Metroid Dread, which we are going to spend a considerable amount of time talking about, I believe.
Yes, indeed.
That was how I survived the I don't know how many hours of travel to San Diego.
Oh, you're just playing Dread on the plane and stuff.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh, and
It
in
was
the
the best
airport
thing.
waiting. That's such a good idea. I didn't even
It
think
was
of that.
fantastic.
Right.
That's what I did during all my layovers. So I stopped in Denver
Yeah.
and played Metroid Dread and ate a hot dog. And
No edibles.
no, they didn't have any in the airport. As much as I wanted to go to the duty free and grab a joint, I couldn't.
Wait. They have a dispensary in the duty free section.
I wish they did. I looked. I
That would
looked.
be
I looked. I
sick.
looked.
I mean,
No,
they have
all they
all the
had was
booze you can imagine, but
yeah. I could get a handle of Jack Daniels, but I couldn't get even one sniff of weed.
yeah, that's all right.
Not like I smoke it, but like it would have been a cool idea
Yeah, just feel
because
like, oh, I'm in
you're
Denver.
in Denver.
Right.
You look outside and you see mountains. Like you should be able to, smoke a little something.
Right. Agreed. I just realized JWE stands for Jurassic World Evolution. So, did you
Those.
get a chance to play Halo Infinite?
Oh man, did I? So I lost my absolute mind this past Monday, and because it was the 20th anniversary of Xbox, the 20th anniversary of Halo Combat Evolved,
Yep.
they, and they being Microsoft, dropped quite a bit of knowledge on the public.
What they knowledge?
Knowledge.
I thought they just dropped Halo Infinite.
They dropped Halo Infinite Beta, but also, do you know what's in the works?
What?
A full Halo television series.
Oh yes, I forgot. I just saw the teaser for that literally today, and I meant to add it to the show notes, and then I got distracted by Coronas.
This is why
By a
I'm
Corona.
here.
Yeah,
Dude, live action
live-action
Master
Halo.
Chief nonsense.
Master Chief looks good too.
Obviously, he's the chief.
Wait a minute. Do you have molecules on your bourbon glass?
I do.
Is it ethanol?
So it is all of the different chemicals you can find in whiskey.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, we
I
had
used to have
wide
beer glasses like that, I think.
dodecalactone. You did have beer glasses like that in college. That's what I remember.
Yeah. My sister got them for me, if I remember correctly.
For your birthday,
Or Christmas or both or
some sort
something.
of gift giving
A occasion.
celebration.
She's like, what do I know about my brother? He's in
He
college for
drinks.
something nerdy, and he drinks a lot.
This is back when she's like 15. She's like,
Exactly.
oh no, what does he do?
Yeah, good times. Actually, I saw. So I opened Facebook and exit. Quick sidebar. I opened up a.
This whole thing's been a sidebar.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all good.
We're in no rush. I mean, we just recorded a 4-hour episode. We officially
Honestly,
can't
if
get any
I
longer
could
than that.
compete with Randy, that would be a crowning achievement in my
Dude,
life.
we're not recording for 4 fucking hours again.
That was an impressive feat.
Unless we just upload the audio of us playing Legion. That would be fun.
That would be a 9-hour podcast. And
That's true.
You
And
would
we still
lose
wouldn't
your
finish the game?
entire working class nerds fan base. The entire thing. It would be like, I'm gonna do this. Nope, the rules say you can't.
I know.
What?
Nope, the rules say you can't. Damn it.
You
How
know
about now?
what?
Can I
Let's
do
do
this?
it.
Yeah. Let's do it anyway. We'll make their own rules.
Speaking of Legion, I'm gonna cut off your sidebar with my sidebar.
Okay, go ahead.
I have
I
so many
said it in the
minis I
intro.
need to paint.
So
I
get
have
to
so
painting.
many minis. Nope. I need a better airbrush.
No.
I refuse until I get a better airbrush.
What do you airbrush the primer on?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking, what the heck are you airbrushing? I forgot. Yeah, because you were super frustrated the last ones you did with the primer, with the
Shit
airbrushing,
came out
right?
all gunky, man.
Yeah.
It ain't worth it. You don't
Yeah.
spend $15 on a plastic resin figure for it to come out all gunky.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair.
You were saying?
I don't remember. What were we talking about? Drankin'? No. So Facebook video.
There it is.
You know how you can like save videos, and I never ever look at those again. But I found a video that I think Will Sheehan had uploaded to the Yukon paintball team Facebook.
Oh, the Facebook page?
Group. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And it was me, Will, and Stingle in I think it was probably my freshman year of college, maybe sophomore. I don't know. But we're in, I think it's Will's kitchen, and something occurred where Stingle was going to pay me $5 to chug a whole bottle of Jack Daniel's smoky barbecue sauce.
What?
And I tried
sauce?
the barbecue sauce, and I couldn't do it because it's fucking barbecue sauce and it's too thick. Exactly. So then it's like 3/4 of a bottle. So they fill the rest of it with water, shake it up, and now that's like viscous enough to actually go down. It's so smoky and tangy. Well, anyways, I did it. I chugged it like an ice.
Animal.
And Stingle was pissed. He's like, God damn it, we got a ringer.
A ringer.
He's like, because I think I said something like, oh, that actually wasn't
Sweet Baby Ray's on the weekends? Jesus.
Yeah. He was like, I think I made a comment, something to the effect of like, oh, that wasn't too bad. The smoky version is a lot worse. And Stingle's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's done this before.
Animal.
It was good times. It was wicked fun. It's funny to think that was like almost 10 years ago. You know? No, 8 years ago. 7, something like that. It's probably
almost made me spit out my Mountain Dew. Oh my goodness, 10 years ago.
2014, so 7 years ago.
Yeah, your freshman year. Yeah, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How old are we, dude?
I know, we're old. Well, at least we're not Marcus old, though.
Nah, dude, he could be my dad.
He's starting to fossilize.
His joints creak anytime he gets up.
That's why he couldn't get on today. He's tired from all the fossilization process. Took too much out of him.
Can I drop something here for some working class nerds?
Yes, of course.
Sure. All right. So regulars to the show understand that Marcus is a master craftsman.
Yes.
He builds cabinets.
Yes.
He does a fantastic job.
Mm-hmm.
And I have wanted his cabinets in my home eventually, right?
Yes, of course.
Because he just does a phenomenal job.
Yeah. If you need cabinets done, it's Marcus who you call. Marcus is your cabinet guy.
He's been really busy and he's been tired, evidenced by the fact that he's not here for this podcast, right?
Right. There's a
I have
build
a
up.
new project for him.
Okay. What do we got?
The offer I placed on the house has been accepted.
Oh shit! Let's go. Where are you moving to?
So
Give me
I'm
the
moving
address.
to Stores. I'm moving to Stores, Connecticut. So right
Wow.
down the street from Yukon. I
Perfect.
close right before Christmas,
Beautiful.
and I will be
Does close
moving
mean you
in.
move in?
Close
Okay.
means you move in. I get the deed and then I give it right to the bank because I cannot afford it in cash.
Well, of course. Who'd fucking afford a house in cash?
Elon Musk.
Well, yeah, right. Got to be balling for that.
But yeah, news drop right here. You heard it here first on Working Class Nerds.
Hell yeah! You didn't even tell me that, you prick. You just dropped it
I
on
waited.
live on the show.
I needed that genuine reaction.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's perfect. Stores is dope.
Up and coming.
You know what's
lit.
cool?
Mm.
We can meet at now you actually have like bars near you that are nice.
Yeah, nice.
Well, not nice.
Okay.
Do you have a reason to want to go there though?
Yes.
Like we can meet at Husky's Tavern for a beer and then go play Legion or something.
Exactly. Or we can go to Willy Brew.
Or we can go to Willy Brew, which is much closer. That's also true. Or literally any of the fun things in Stores.
Yeah, no, anything near Yukon. So hopefully this controversial move, given the housing market right now, but I feel like this was the best opportunity for me to get a home, and it pushes me to actually get a job at Yukon, which is what I really want to do.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That would be the easiest commute ever.
Yeah, I could spit and land at work.
Where, I mean, I know you don't want to like. I'll talk to you after the podcast, but which chunk
It
of
is
campus is
5
it closest
minutes
to?
away from campus. So Mansfield Apartments.
Yeah.
Drive down the road past Webster Bank.
Uh-huh.
Another 5-6 minutes. It's on the
Oh.
left.
Oh, very nice.
It's on 4 acres. It's offset.
4 acres?
4 acres, motherfucker.
Oh, dude, you didn't buy a house. You bought a fucking farmstead.
I'm going to have goats.
You should have You should have chickens at least.
My nearest neighbor is a greenhouse.
Wow.
And then a lake.
Perfect. That's great.
Exactly.
4 acres is a fucking shitload of land. You better get a dope ass lawnmower or something.
Oh man, John Deere is gonna be my best friend.
Dude, fuck John Deere. You need like a X cart or whatever they're called, the like landscaping grade ones for 3.6 acres. My parents have 3/4 of an acre, and that's a pain in the ass to mow. And we have like a
most
walk
of it
behind.
is woodland. That's the cool thing.
Okay.
So your boy is gonna make a little disc golf course on his 4 acres.
Oh, there it is. Very nice. Like a 9-hole or something. I don't know how
Absolutely
much space.
Not. No.
Like 4?
No. Maybe
3
to 6.
I don't know how much space disc golf takes up.
Average hole length is about anywhere from 200 to 600 feet.
Gotcha. Very cool. Well, dude, congratulations. That's so awesome.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. What kind of what style house is it? Colonial race ranch?
It's a race ranch.
Yep.
The whole bottom floor when you walk in is going to be my domain.
Ooh.
So to the left, you will enter the media center where my computer, office, and video game situation will be. And then on the right side, it will be a designated office in quotation marks.
Yeah.
That will house my custom Dungeons and Dragons table.
Very nice.
And all of the minis I have for Star Wars Legion, D&D, any sort of tabletop wargaming.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
And yeah, and then upstairs is your kitchen, master bath.
Kitchen, living room, master, 2 spare bedrooms, full bathroom. The works.
Sweet. Well, that's epic.
Mm-hmm. I'll send you information.
Yeah, I know. I'll get the deets. Well, obviously, I'll help you move in if need be. But that's awesome.
Don't volunteer for that. You know how much shit I have.
Well, dude, who
I got
else are you
like
gonna call?
300 pieces of glass just in cups.
Dude, yeah, that's gonna be a more than one day affair. I feel like.
Yeah, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. What have you been up to?
So I beat Horizon Zero Dawn on stream
Oh,
last week.
baby.
I did it. I fucking killed Hades, kinda. Uh,
Ow.
and yeah, I'm gonna finish the DLC on stream though, so I'm not quite done with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Is
But
there? Can I ask you a question?
yeah,
Is there a second Horizon Zero Dawn game, or is that DLC?
no, that's the
That's
second Horizon Zero Dawn game is gonna come out. It's called Horizon Forbidden West.
Mm-hmm.
It's not out yet.
I didn't know if that was DLC or what.
No, the
Anyway,
DLC is like the Frozen something.
Frozen
Actually, what's
Cheddar.
it called? Frozen Cheddar? Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn Frozen. Oh, the Frozen Wilds
Ooh,
is the
that's some Game of Thrones shit.
yes. It's literally in the north and everything.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's cool. And you are like hanging out with these people that are called the Banuk, and they worship the machines as like a religion.
That you just
And
destroyed all of them.
no, I didn't destroy. You don't destroy all of them, but you destroy the evil AI that's trying to awaken all the war machines. Want me to give you the quick synopsis?
Go for it.
All right, so spoilers for the plot of Horizon Zero Dawn. Basically, it's you end up finding it. You just like spawn in and you're this tribal female, right? And you don't know what the hell's happening. There's like machine animals. Some of them look like animals. Some of them look like dinosaurs. They're all hostile, largely. And then there's like other tribes that have their own cultures and stuff. You come from like this like isolationist tribe called the Nora. They're like sort of they're just everybody's native, so it's like bows and arrows and things, and just barely some places have like guns. But so anyways, you go along, you end up realizing through the whole plot of the game that this is set 1,000 years in the future from now, and an apocalypse happened when humanity created these AI controlled like war robots that could self-replicate and fed on biomass. So like literally humans and plants and stuff, they would just eat for fuel. And originally the thought was like, oh, they can self-replicate on the battlefield so that like it's like unlimited soldiers. But then and it's controlled by humans. And then there was of course a glitch in the matrix, and they started to go rogue and see humans as the problem. So they exterminated all life on Earth. So as that was happening, the scientists, Elizabeth Sobek, who like is a super crazy AI scientist that helped make the robots in the first place, is like, hey, I've got an idea to how to like rebuild this. So she created this other AI system called that's Project Zero Dawn. That's the name of the game. With like different subsystems. So Gaia is the main AI that's basically like a human that can control this, and its job was to rebuild Earth and like terraform Earth after all the life was gone. So it was like terraforming was one subset. I forget. They're all named after Greek gods and like Roman gods. One of them was about like giving humans, like introducing humans back into the world. And that the shtick with the humans is they took the DNA of all the current humans left and like basically made clones of them that were embryos. So like your main player character is actually a clone of that scientist Elizabeth Sobek.
Whoa!
But you find that at the end of the game, basically.
Oh,
There's like an identity crisis thing throughout the game. Like, who's my mom? I don't have a mom. I was just like found in the wild, like when I was like 5.
but
So,
you are your mom?
but yeah, and then she sees this Elizabeth Sobek figure, and she thinks that like because she has red hair too, and she's smart, and she looks like you, and blah blah blah. Obviously, she's like 40, and you're 19 in the game, and so
19?
she's like, yeah, right. I thought she was like 25, but yeah,
Right? I mean, it's arbitrary, but still.
yeah. I imagine being just
Barely
like a
legal.
badass
Holy
character,
cow.
19. And yeah, so Aloy is your character's name, and she ends up realizing, oh, I am Elizabeth Sobek. Then it's like she's sad at first because she didn't have a mom, but then she realizes, I know this is like really empowering. This is like the person that saved the whole world, and So obviously the plan didn't go 100% as it should. They had a re-education system in place too that got fucked up to be like, hey, like you're a human, but like also here's all this modern knowledge we have. So that's why they're all tribal, because the modern knowledge didn't go right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also one of these programs called Hades that Gaia can enact if she fucked up. So like if you're screw up terraforming the planet, you don't want to release all the humans and animals onto it if there's like no oxygen.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that would be sour.
Right. So it's like defeats the purpose, right? So Hades is the like reset button and it's an extinction protocol. So of course that went haywire, right? And so it's Gaia. He tried to take over Gaia, it killed it. They kind of killed each other, but Hades was still around a little bit, and that's causing some stuff in the plot. Like one of the factions ends up like thinking Hades is a god and like helping them like resurrect these war machines. And you got to fight them and stop them, and it's a civil war between this other faction. It's really cool. It's an awesome game, man.
Damn.
Could
if I
not
didn't watch you play it, I would buy it.
Yeah. See, that's how I feel. Like if I watch somebody play the whole game, I wouldn't like. I don't really want to play it after. I feel like I already did. You know?
Yeah. That's what I did with Halo 5 Guardians.
Yeah. You watch
I was
somebody else
like, I
play.
watched somebody play it, so it's like, all right, I can save $60.
Right. Yeah. Like I started watching the campaign for Vanguard, Call of Duty. Oh my god, excuse me. Call of Duty Vanguard, and I'm like, this completely ruins it, you know? Like I want to just sit down and enjoy the campaign for myself. That's the whole fun, is not knowing what the hell happens next. But if you watch somebody else, then it's like, oh, that, you know, soldier jumping around the corner, it like doesn't surprise you, so the whole thing is ruined, you know?
No, that'd be like watching Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and like when you get shot, it's just not a surprise.
Right? Yeah, that sucks. Oh my god, remember that?
Yeah.
The first time you played that, I was like, no.
After
Wait,
I
think
was
you get
like,
stabbed.
No, you get
Oh,
shot.
you get shot.
Yeah,
oh yeah, when
right
after
in
the Russian
gut.
mission.
Yep.
Yes. And he's like,
and he figures out you're the spy, and you're like,
oh shit.
No.
Shit. Yeah.
I just murdered a whole bunch of civilians, and now I'm going
now,
to hell.
And now they think the Americans did it. Whoops.
Yep.
Whoops.
Remember,
and you knew the
no
whole
Russian.
time. Yeah. So, anywho, speaking of Call of Duty Vanguard is out now, and I haven't bought it yet, but I'm about to. I think it came out last week. And fun fact, I get paid every 2 weeks, so I got paid today, and I'm gonna buy it. I would actually have it downloading now, but I think it would screw up the Zencaster, so I don't want to do that. Also, Battlefield 2042 comes out tomorrow, so you know what I'm doing tomorrow? I'm working from home.
Playing more Halo Infinite?
Yeah. I got Halo. No. I gotta do stuff at work.
You got 3 FPS games that have come out in the same week.
We got Halo Infinite, we got Call of Duty Vanguard, and we got Battlefield 2042.
If your employer has any COVID time left, man, you got a sore throat.
Yeah, no kidding.
So fast.
I think I'm gonna have a migraine tomorrow.
I think I can't smell or taste anything tomorrow.
That's a great idea. I have so much PTO.
What are you gonna do?
I don't have anything critical I need to do. I might get a migraine tomorrow. Anyways, I don't do that.
The Working Class Nerds, home of the bad decisions.
They're not bad decisions. They're just bourbon decisions.
They're gonna get you fired. Anyway, back to the show.
Joey, you're blowing out my eardrums. Move your mic away from your mouth.
It was a moment of hype, and you needed to express it the right way.
Of course.
All.
Let's see what else. So I didn't get to play Halo Infinite, even though I have it downloaded. I downloaded it earlier this week, and I've honestly been working a shitload. I've worked Sunday for 8 hours at the emergency. Oh yeah, I started working in the emergency department. So that's my extra side gig.
Yeah,
so I
role
found out
reversal here.
I work 40 hours at the clinical trials office doing research stuff at Bay State. Then I realized that it's not second job. It's a different rate, but all of the time that I work at the emergency department is overtime. So I get time and a half there. And then because the emergency department is so short, they're offering this extra thing. It's called double bonus. So single bonus.
Damn, what are you playing, basketball?
Exactly. It's like, so anyways, it's regular bonus would be an additional $9.50 an hour onto your rate for whatever the bonus section is. But it says double bonus, so it's an extra $19 an hour, $9.50 times 2 to $19 an hour on top of it. So I'm making almost like $50 an hour, which is all shitload for me to just draw blood in the emergency department on the side. So I got
do CPR and then
do some CPR, do some EKGs, draw some blood. It's a fucking good time. Totally worth it. So I did 8 hours on Sunday, and then Monday I streamed, so I couldn't after work. And then Tuesday I did 4 hours, 7 p to 11 p. And I was gonna yesterday, but honestly I was so tired. I ended up not finishing work stuff until like 6 anyways. So I did not.
Jeez.
I did not pick up. But it's nice.
The
I can just
human
pick up
body has
whenever.
its limits.
So that's pretty awesome. Where was I? Blah blah blah. Oh, so I played Metroid Dread. I should say I played the demo before that we recorded, and I am very bad at platformers. I was making fun of Marcus a little bit because he played the demo too, and he's like said he's so bad at it, and I am absolutely terrible at those. I cannot, like, first of all, it's throwing me off because the buttons are different. Like,
Can you like play Mario? Like you're
no, dude,
saying
I'm
you're
bad at Mario
you're
too.
bad at Mario?
I'm really bad at Mario.
Oh
Yeah, like
goodness.
the timing of the jumping and stuff. I'm just like, can I just sprint? Like,
Let me just run.
where's the shooting?
Let me
Yeah.
forget it. Let me do the thing.
Can you just give me all the fireballs? Can I just throw them at everybody?
Just permanent star.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that's mostly it for me. I'm a little tired. I took a nap before we came on from all the twerking, but I'm pumped about all the new games that are out now. Halo Infinite, Call of Duty Vanguard, Battlefield 2042. I'm about to finish Horizon Zero Dawn. It's an exciting time in gaming. Wait, real quick. There's a bunch of cool PS4 games that are coming out too. Do you know about this?
Not too much. I've never played PlayStation, like flat out.
Okay, you should get one. Wait, what are you doing Black Friday? Sidebar.
Black Friday?
Yes.
First time in my life, I decided to go to college, and I was like, I want to help people. I go into healthcare. I've never been able to have a holiday to myself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I move occupational health nursing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means?
Yeah. Explain it for the listeners.
It means that I'm like a school nurse for people who work at a factory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. You know what's really cool about that?
The factory's closed on holidays.
Factory is closed on holidays.
Let's go.
Your boy has Thanksgiving off for the first time in 4 years.
That's fantastic. Do you also have Black Friday off?
Of course I do.
Let's go.
If I don't find myself a laptop that I really need,
you should get a PS5.
No.
Why?
Because I spent money on this computadora.
Yeah, but I know you have $500 on a credit card.
You know what I just told you like 5-10 minutes ago about the whole I bought a house?
Yeah, but I know you got $500 on a credit card somewhere.
I don't want a PlayStation 5. It's
all about the deals.
Dude, I'm all about getting a KitchenAid mixer over a fucking PlayStation right now. That's where I'm at in life. Basically, put me in a retirement home.
Dude, you're trying to make some bread, literally.
I'm trying to make some bread.
No, I get it.
But PlayStation, I have never been a PlayStation person. It's always been like Xbox or PC. That's it.
No, I get it. I want to pull it up. Oh, so there's 4 big
Come on, Jamie.
PlayStation exclusives. What? Come on, what?
Come on, Jamie.
Jamie, yeah. Pull it up. No, there's 4 big games coming out. So did you ever hear of Spider-Man PS4?
Yeah, no, I know of it. I just don't have intimate experience.
It's an awesome game, but I played through the whole thing. I really got to play the Miles Morales like side game essentially because that's awesome. I like that character a lot. But so there's the sequel, Spider-Man 2. So it's Spider-Man PS5 essentially. God of War Ragnarok. So the sequel to God of War, which is incredible.
Coming out on That's coming out for the computer.
No, their first God of War for PS4 is on computer. Dude, you should play that.
No. I'm gonna play that.
If you play God of War, that might be motivating to get a PS5.
Really?
God, it's that good, man.
It's
God of War.
Good?
But these 4 games are dope. So Spider-Man is motivating to get a PS5. If you ever play the PS4 one, it's fucking fantastic. I mean, that's my jam too, like those action RPGs. Anyways, especially open world like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got like 90% of that game done. I 100%ed it. I 100%ed Spider-Man PS4. I got platinum. That's my only platinum trophy.
Jeez.
Yeah, I loved that game. I don't remember what I was doing, but I had a lot of free time. Then, obviously,
you were a junior in college.
No, I was single. So, but the
Okay, so we're talking freshman, sophomore in college situation.
no. After this was recently.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
still working in the ED. Maybe not. I don't even know. But I was living.
Spider-Man PS4. Let's look this up.
It was
Continue.
awesome. So Spider-Man PS for the Spider-Man 2, you've got God of War Ragnarok, you've got Horizon Forbidden West, which is the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, and the same studio that made the Spider-Man game are making a Wolverine game in the same style.
What?
Yeah. Oh, like open
Oh
world action
no.
RPG with Wolverine, which is fucking dope.
Do you know that was one of the last movies I actually cried in the theater for?
Logan?
Logan.
Dude, I saw that in the saddest circumstances possible.
Elaborate?
So I decided I was a little not down in the dumps, but you were just like in your feels, not having a great mental health
Yeah.
week.
It's called Depressed.
Yeah, so I was a little depresso, and I went to the theater solo. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get out of the house. It was like the winter time or whatever. And it was like towards the end of the theatrical run of Logan. So I go to the like Enfield theaters near me, and I consume some cannabis products
Yeah.
and go in to
This is
watch
gonna be a
Logan.
nightmare, dude.
And the theater is completely empty. I am literally
What?
the only person in there for the whole movie. It's like completely by myself, which is really creepy on its own. And then there's like, of course, horror movies playing for the fucking trailers.
Ugh.
So I'm
You alone in a dark room?
alone in a
No
dark
thanks.
room.
High
Horror
to
movie
shit.
yeah, very paranoid and like freaked out and anxious, and then
Oh goodness.
I'm the horror movie. So I actually literally left and got up to go to the bathroom during the previews. I was like, "Fuck it, if I miss the beginning of the movie, it's fine. This is terrible." And
Mhm.
then came back, and then I watched all of Logan, but I was like by myself. And then like, of course, the ending of that movie is sad. So I was like, "Well, I'm not going to the movies by myself again." That was rough.
There are.
It was a great movie though.
It was a fantastic film. There are 3 movies that have ever made me actually cry real tears in the theater.
Yeah.
Number 1, obviously Logan.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, spoilers, this shit came out like, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah. It was a long time
When
ago.
she tilts the cross to make it an X, I
Yeah.
started sobbing.
Yeah.
Sobbing. Ugly crying in public.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a grown man who looks like he jumped off his Harley. Sobbing.
Yeah. That was rough.
Another one. Rogue One. One of my favorite movies
Mm-hmm.
of all time.
Did we see that together?
Probably. I think I saw that in theaters 4 whole times. I loved it. Yeah, no, 100% I saw it with you. 100%.
Yeah, I think we saw it at the Mansfield cinemas.
We
didn't
did. We did. I put Jack Daniels in my Coke, and
Yeah, I did too.
Yep.
We
We did
that
that
was.
for Star Wars, and we did that for Kingsman.
Yes, we did. We wore suits for Kingsman.
We wore suits for Kingsman.
That was that. Yeah, it was the
Full
sequel
on
though.
drip into this dying mall
The rural Connecticut.
in rural Connecticut that is 3 minutes from the house I just purchased. Oh goodness.
It was fun though. Great times.
What the hell is the third movie? Oh, Les Miserables
Oh, really?
with Hugh Jack. Oh my goodness! I saw
I think
that
it's
on
just a Hugh
Christmas
Jackman
with
thing.
my mom. It was just a Hugh Jackman thing.
Yeah.
He can make me cry.
Hugh Johnson
Anyway,
is my favorite actor.
that was the third one. I saw that with my mother and my grandmother, and obviously, Waterworks.
So, we've been talking for quite a while. Do you want to chat about Spider-Man No Way Home after the break?
I could definitely use a refill and or a bathroom break.
Okay, so let's I will hold on, let me do the old cut and paste here.
The whole cut and
X,
paste.
Control Z. Sorry, Control
You look
V.
like you're doing the dance, Nick.
Now, hold on. We got some stuff to say. So, we got some news before we go.
All right, we're going to clench before this.
Yeah, in AIE news, Tuesdays are our fun open guild night in Star Wars The Old Republic in AIE. So Tuesdays are a fun open guild night called Mandatory Fun Night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. Yes?
Wait a minute. I thought it was Tuesdays are the place to be in AIE.
They are. See, this is what happens when I let Marcus write the
Get
notes.
out of here. The place
Joy's typing it in.
in AI. That's my favorite part. Oh my goodness. I listen to like every episode, and whenever you switched it, it's like uncomfortably
It's
unnatural.
clunky. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Tuesdays are the place to be in AIE. There are open fun guild night called Mandatory Fun Night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not.
In this event, thank you, Joey. This event
You're
runs
welcome.
every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there or be square.
What
The
server?
first, huh?
What server is it on?
Oh, it's on Starforge. Of course.
Obviously, like there's
The,
another one.
there is no other server. There's definitely not on Satil Shan because no one plays
I
on
don't
the
even know what
Satil
that
Shan.
is.
That's just wrong.
Mhm.
The first Friday of every single month is Master Mode Flashpoints in AIE, where we'll group up and walk you through the most difficult version of Flashpoints. If you don't know what a Flashpoint is, in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, they are 1 to 4 player group content, and Master Mode is, of course, the most difficult version of that. They run about 45 minutes to an hour, so it's some short term content. It's a little easier to digest than an operation. So the best event, though, the most exciting one, is the 4th Saturday of every month. Now, Joey, that's a lot of Saturdays. Do you know what
It's
that
more.
sounds like?
It's. I don't know.
So 4 Saturdays sounds like Saturday, 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 and it's Mega, the monthly Epic Guild activity. Well, we'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. So that's not this Saturday. That chunk of the note is old, but
I was gonna say it's like a couple Saturdays from now. Like
yeah, we got a couple weeks here.
Saturday
We're
and then
looking at
Saturday.
We're looking at Saturday the 28th of November, and I'm sure Marcus will have some fun and exciting Black Friday themed and our Thanksgiving themed event
Are you
for
sure you
y'all to
won't be
participate
sleeping
in.
after eating all that turkey?
Oh no, I will be. I'll be definitely sleeping. Oh, I mean,
Nah.
whoa, time, whoa.
Whoa. Reverse.
Rewind. I'm definitely going shopping for Black Friday. I don't know
All
what
right,
I'm
where are we
getting.
going?
Target or Best Buy for shizzle.
Can you get me a Microsoft Surface Pro?
No, but you can come get involved.
I'm already gonna be involved.
So come shopping, hang out with Marcus and I.
Where am I? Where are you guys shopping?
I don't know.
You
Probably
know I live like further away from you individuals.
so.
Good point. Good point.
You have a car.
Yep.
And
I have a car, and I'm getting new tires on Tuesday. Continue.
Perfect. So if all this sounds fun to you, go to aie-guild.org, get our Discord information in the top right-hand corner of the website, and ask for a guild invite. Whether or not you play Star Wars: The Old Republic or any of the other games that we play, we would love to have you. So without further ado, I know Joey has to pee, and so do I. So we'll be right back.
Jeez, Nick, hurry up. We're trying to finish this podcast.
And we're back. So today we're talking about a couple things. The new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. That's right. There's a new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. Spider-Man. Yesterday
Right?
came out. 2 days ago. Hot off the presses. And also, of course, Metroid Dread. And also more sidebars because, of course, it's Working Class Nerds, and this is all we do is sidebars.
We got too much to talk about, basically.
Exactly. So first things first, I'm the realist, and we were chatting during the break because Joey was playing Mario on a real Game and Watch.
Yeah, the
From back in the
whatever
day.
the 35th anniversary.
Yeah, 35th anniversary little Game and Watch, which is
Yeah,
awesome.
they came out with it. I got it as a gift to me, but then they fucking came out with a Legend of Zelda one, so now I gotta buy 2 of them.
Of course. And I was looking up, and then like, man, I bet you I would like Mario. And then I'm saying, wait a minute, I should just get like a Game Boy. Like, how much could they possibly be? And apparently, pretty damn expensive for something that should be like $40. They're like $150.
Yeah,
which is annoying. And then I was looking up. You know what? I used to have a Game Boy Advanced SP. I had a Game Boy Color. I'm sorry, I had an original Game Boy, like the gray
black
brick.
and white. Oh
Yeah.
God.
And that's what I played Yellow, Pokemon Yellow on.
Uh-huh.
And then I had that was a hand-me-down, and then that I got like for Christmas. And then I had a Game Boy Color, which was the silver edition with like Pikachu on it. Like the red light that would light up would be Pikachu's cheek. It was cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I got that with Pokemon Silver. And then later I got a Game Boy Advanced SP, a silver one that had like the crappy backlight. And then later I won a video game contest, and I won a special edition pearl colored Game Boy Advance SP with the additional blacklight, the extra bright.
Can we elaborate on the video game competition, please?
Yes, absolutely. So I've told this on the pod before, but that's okay. So many moons ago, I told this story. So this is a big old sidebar. So way back when or I should say we still go, but my dad works for a food company, Big Y, and there's a lobbying group called MFA, the Mass Food Association. Joey's shaking his head like I think I've heard this before. So they are a lobbying group with like all different food companies to lobby for like food legislation and food safety things and stuff that's good for their industry. So I'm talking like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Polar Seltzer. So anyways, as I was saying before, Joey's internet cut out. The MFA food lobbying group. Yeah. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of companies. They send people, like executives usually, or people in the company, to this. Basically, it's a weekend-long party celebrating their lobbying efforts for the year, and they rent out the Mount Washington Resort Hotel for Memorial Day weekend, and it's awesome. So there's obviously a bunch of adult activities, but there's also a bunch of activities for kids too. And like babysitting in the evening for the kids of like, all these families that are there. And it's very family oriented during the day. And then they have adult shenanigans at night. So as a part of the family oriented activities, they have a kids video game contest, a teen video game, preteen and no, at the time of this story, they had kids video game contest, which was like, I don't know, like Legos or something silly, or like Wii. And then there is a teen video game contest, and then I think that was it. There was not an adult one. It was a kid sort of oriented thing. So I'm 12 years old, and you had to be 13 to enter the teen video game contest, and the game is Need for Speed Most Wanted for the PS2. No, the first one.
Oh
PS2.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I played that shit on that GameCube, dude.
Or maybe it was Most Wanted 2. Let me look that up. Jamie, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2? Need for Speed Most Wanted? $5.
I got $6.24.
Is this right?
2012.
No, that's too.
Yeah.
No, 2005.
Nope.
No. That's a remake.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. The
remake?
Need
for Speed Most Wanted PS2.
Oh.
Gameplay is for.
Yeah, no, that one was
initial release date November 11th, 2005. So this must be 2006.
So I'm 9.
Or 2007. I'm well, anyways, we were playing it when I was 12, so I must have been 2007 because I had turned 12. But anywho, I am really good at this game. I should say, like, I beat the whole game already. And if you've never played that game, it's a racing game, obviously with like street cars. But when you're playing for the first time, it's really difficult to control the really fast, like Lamborghini sort of like crazy performance cars, because they're so sensitive. So like if you're just picking up this racing game for the first time, that is not the car you want to grab. So of course, well, let me back up a little bit. 12-year-old Nick goes up to the dude running the game. I was like, hey, I want to enter the contest. He's like, oh, are you 13? I'm like, yep, I sure am. And he's like, okay, fine. And because I'm like a big kid anyways. Like I could offensive lineman, portly, pale Nick. I think I was probably wearing
you
like
took down a whole T-bone steak before you entered this contest.
I sure did. I literally could do that back in the day. So I could pass for 13. So anyways, I enter the contest. This game is not like a new player friendly if you've never played it, especially if you're just going through like the versus mode. And like picking the fastest car, because of course you're going to pick the fastest car. So I'm playing a bunch of people who've never played this before, and most of them suck. And it's the format is it's a tournament. It's 1v1 races. That's like 2 or 3 laps. They're quick, and just head to head. And I pick like a Lamborghini or something, and then just like don't crash and win. Go to the finals. So in the finals, I actually have to try now. So again, we both picked the same Lamborghini. It's like a Aventador or something. Okay, I think it was Gallardo
It
back
was
then.
definitely not an Aventador. That came out in 2014. The car,
Yeah,
Gallardo.
I think I'm looking it up.
It was. I 100%. I
Yeah.
promise.
It was
promise.
Maybe Gallardo like 2000,
Like a 2012.
2005. Yeah, this is it. 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo is the car I picked.
Yeah.
That was the dopest car. That was my favorite one anyway. You could do like a couple others, Ferrari and stuff too, but I like the Lambo. So I picked that. The other guy does too, and he's like 17, and I shouldn't be there. I'm 12. Okay, and
like,
but I
still pass at 99 restaurants for a kids eat free.
Yeah, but like I'm a big ass kid, obviously, you know. So I end up. It's a much closer race because he obviously had played the game before, but I had to, and I win. So I win the whole thing. I'm not even supposed to be in the tournament. I'm supposed to be too young, and my prize is a pearl colored special edition at the time, anyways, Game Boy Advanced SP, and the special edition made it have. A normal SP had a backlight, but this had the extra bright backlight. So it had the normal backlight setting, and then you click the button again, and it got extra bright, and it was dope.
Cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Pearl blue?
Yep. It was pearl blue.
Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I was like, let's fucking go. So then, like, little 12-year-old Nick. So this is how old we were, right?
Hang on.
This is Yeah.
Pause, 12-year-old Nick. This shit is going for $340 online.
I know. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
What was the original MSRP while I'm chatting?
I had to be like $60, $70. Oh
yeah,
my god.
It cannot be that expensive.
$339.99 on Amazon.com right now.
Yep. So
a regular Game Boy SP is going for $250. Just to put that into perspective.
Yeah, it's $100 and something more. That's crazy. But so anyways, I go up. This was in the basement of the hotel. It was like finished. It was a nice area. It was like a bar area actually. And then ironic. And then I go upstairs to where my parents are, and I'm like, I won this. They're like, what do you mean? Oh, that's so cool. What happened? I won the video game contest. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I snuck into the teen video game contest and I won. They were freaking out. At first, my mom was like, "What did you do?" She thought I got in trouble, and then once they realized, my dad was like so proud. He was like, "Let's go!" And he's telling, they're drinking as adults, so they're telling everybody at the dinner table and cocktail hour, "My son won. He's fucking 12. Let's go." But no, that's my crowning like video game accomplishment for sure.
I have nothing to even fucking shake a stick at that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Then a few years later, they had a one of the video game contests was Guitar Hero, because it was like humongous.
I'm good at Guitar Hero.
Yeah. The problem was I made it to the finals for that too. I ended up coming in second, but the kid that won could actually play Through the Fire and Flames on Expert, and I could play every song but that. Like I couldn't get past the intro, and I was just screwed. The tapping screwed me. So like. Obviously, he won, but he was like, we were I got to the final. I was like, hey man, like this is great. We were both clearly the best ones there, and then he was like, what song do you want to play? I'm like, oh, I don't really care. Like, let's do Through the Fire and Flames. I'm like, well,
not that one.
He's like, come on, and everyone's like, do it. I'm like, okay, well, I can't fucking.
And
play
you're like
this,
trying to play Barracuda on Expert.
No, I can play Barracuda. I could, how like the list got harder and harder as you went through.
Yeah,
I could play every song.
Dude, you're
play
about
the list.
to make me whip out my Guitar Hero. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right. Well, did you play actual guitar though?
Yeah, there's one right there,
right behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me grab it.
Actual guitar.
The only reason I actually play guitar is because of Guitar Hero 3. Fun fact.
Really?
Yeah. So I grabbed Guitar Hero 3. I said, wow, this is a lot of fun and challenging.
Yeah.
So I picked up a guitar, and this was right around the time I went to college. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow, this is stimulating.
Sure. Uh-oh. Are you playing us a song on the show?
Nah, dude, it's out of tune.
Oh. Okay.
So we're going to put that on the ground.
Well,
Anywho,
don't tangle yourself in your headset.
I
am. Okay. Returning from the sidebar. Yeah, that was fun. I did not play through the Fire and Flames all the way.
Do you still have that Game Boy?
I do, but unfortunately I broke it in the I dropped it and the hinge is cracked. So like it's still, I think last I tried to use it, it still works, but you have to be really careful.
It's not worth $350.
No, it's probably worth like $50 or something. But yeah, it was like taped together last I had it. But
you got to keep that shit going anyway.
Yeah, for sure. So, anyways, in Marvel news, instead of SOTOR news, because I don't have SOTOR updates, in Marvel news, a new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer has dropped a couple days ago. If you have spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home, it's not. I don't know anything, obviously, but I'm speculating a lot.
All right.
I have watched all of the new Rockstar's analysis videos. So has Joey.
Experts. Here we go.
We're diving in deep. Right off the bat. Obviously, let's just give you, in case you've been living under a rock, I'll give you a brief synopsis of the trailer, right? So, essentially what's happening in this movie, spoilers for the Spider-Man movies in the Marvel, in the MCU. Everybody knows because of Mysterio and J. Jonah Jameson, everyone knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That happens right at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. Then
that was the end credit scene, correct?
Yes.
Right.
I think so.
That's when he outs him.
I think so. Have you seen the second Venom movie, Venom Let There Be Carnage?
You did I have not.
So that movie is largely terrible, but the end credit scene alludes to this movie. So at the end credit scene, you've got Eddie Brock and Venom chilling in a hotel room, just chatting about things. And Venom is saying like, hey, by the way, like I'm a symbiote and there's millions of us aliens in the galaxy and we share a hive mind. Like I have all kinds of knowledge for like thousands of years across the whole galaxy. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, like if you knew like a tiny, tiny bit of this, it would blow your mind. He's like, no way. He's like, let me show you just a tiny bit. And as he's about to show him, the whole hotel room flashes orange and completely changes. It's like a hotel in New York and changes to like a tropical hotel room in like Hawaii.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. And then he's like, whoa, was that you? And he's like, no, I didn't even show you yet. I didn't do it. And then on TV flashes the J. Jonah Jameson newsreel of Peter Parker being Spider-Man. And you see Venom go, oh, like because he's doing the little over-the-shoulder thing. Yep. Like he recognizes him and he goes up to the screen and he licks the screen. And then that's how the show ends. So it's like Venom recognizing Peter Parker as Spider-Man. And also that orange flash is obviously the spell that Doctor Strange casts. So in the trailer, the first trailer, well, this trailer too.
The teaser,
if you will.
Yeah. So you threw me off. You put me out in left field the other day when you were like, "Hey, did you see the trailer?" And I had not at that point.
Wait, you hadn't seen either trailer?
No. So you sent me the teaser yesterday, and you were like, "Hey, watch this."
Wait a minute. I sent you the real one.
You sent me both, and I was like, I had no idea there was a teaser.
Oh, okay.
It changed my life.
Yeah, and then the real trailer is like, oh my god, it's like half the plot in the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I've been at half chubs since yesterday.
Just watching all the videos. So, to break it down, Peter Parker approaches fellow Avenger, Doctor Strange, who's also in New York. He's at the New York Sanctum. And he's like, hey, you've got all kinds of magic powers. Can you make it so that the world doesn't know that I'm Spider-Man again? Because it's hurting, it's affecting my loved ones and stuff. Mary Jane, Aunt May, like all these people that are close to me have to be in hiding and things because everyone knows I'm Spider-Man. And he's like, well, I have a spell for that, more or less. And as they're casting the spell, Doctor Strange is basically explaining, hey, no one's going to know you're Spider-Man if we do this right. And he's like, well, wait, how about Mary Jane? and Aunt May and Happy, and the spell gets screwed up. So in the spell getting screwed up, it's essentially alluded to that what happens is the villains from the Raimi Spider-Man and like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like Doc Ock and Sandman and Green Goblin, the real Green Goblin, like William Dafoe Green Goblin and Alfred Molina Doc Ock, like those actors and everything come through, and then so do Electro and the lizard guy from the Amazing Spider-Man. So
and
basically,
Sandman.
and Sandman, yeah, and Sandman. Sandman, which is from Spider-Man 3. That's Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So basically what happens is like the three spider universes get merged because of this spell. And so the villains come through, obviously, and then you hear audio in this trailer of Doctor Strange being like, yeah, all of these villains have been killed by Spider-Man in some other universe, some version of Spider-Man. And he's like, you have to kill them. And Peter's like, I don't want to kill them. And it's some kind of conflict. And there's like this box thing that they're wrestling with. And then there's like the end of the new trailer. It's like the spell is like all orange all the time. And then there's like these purple swirls that look like stuff from Loki in the air. And they're around the Statue of Liberty. And Doctor Strange is like, I can't stop them from coming through. I can't hold them all back. So I don't know what the hell is happening. But basically, Peter's fighting all these villains from all the Spider-Man universes. And it's epic. And there's more details. That's just the general premise. That like we're getting a merged spider universe, basically.
So the reason that you and 85% of the people who are paying attention to this have come to this conclusion is because of the Brazilian cut.
Hold on.
Trailer.
I didn't even mention that part yet. So we have confirmation that the villains from these other Spider-Man universes are coming through. We also have confirmation in this trailer that in this MCU version, in this movie, there exists a Tobey Maguire version of Spider-Man, and probably because of that, an Andrew Garfield version, because Doc Ock in this second trailer here sees Tom Holland's Spider-Man without his mask and goes, wait a minute, you're not Peter Parker. Because to him, Peter Parker is Tobey Maguire. So that means Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man exists in this universe that we're watching this movie in. So first, that substantiates that it's a thing. Then, in the Brazilian version of the trailer, now this info comes from New York Rockstars. I obviously did not find this myself.
Yeah, no, this is patented, if you will.
So there's a shot towards the end of the trailer where Tom Holland Spider-Man is like jumping off of the scaffolding around the Statue of Liberty, which, by the way, in this movie, Statue of Liberty is getting an upgrade, if you will. And where her torch is, and her torch arm is going to be, they're attaching a big Captain America shield to sort of like symbolize Captain America as like a tribute to him or something to that effect. So that's under construction. So Tom Holland Spider-Man's jumping off the scaffolding to fight in the air against Sandman in the middle, Electro above him, and then the Lizard a little bit below him. And it's like a 3v1 shot. Well, in the US trailer anyways, you don't see anything crazy. They're just going at each other and then it cuts to the next clip. Well, in the Brazilian version of the trailer, it's a little bit longer of a shot, and the Lizard gets punched in the face by nothing. Like his head, like he's going at Spider-Man, kind of going at Spider-Man. He's like going at like below Spider-Man, almost at like a different target. And then his head jerks back the opposite way, like he got punched in the face. So like, and the way the shot's set up, it's like very clearly that like Electro is also going after somebody else that's edited out. So I think it's going to be the two different Spider-Mans, like all three of them in the same shot. Later in that scene, Mary Jane falls off the tower. So she's there for some reason. And Tom Holland Spider-Man is diving after her. It's like mirrored exactly like the Gwen Stacy scene falling in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And you see Tom Holland Spider-Man is like chasing after her. He's like about to get her. Well, when he's falling, you see Electro still fighting above him. So who the hell is he fighting if not another Spider-Man? So basically, this trailer doesn't confirm, but it pretty much confirms that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man are both going to be in this, and I could not be more fucking pumped. On top of Doctor Strange's shenanigans, we're going to get all three Spider-Man in one movie, and I could not be more pumped.
It is wild.
It's so wild.
Wild. Because I know that you and I share the same opinion about Doctor Strange and how
Yeah.
he is the best Marvel character.
Oh, agreed. He's my favorite for sure. Okay, but there's
By
some tomfoolery with this Doctor Strange, by the way.
All right. I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't see WandaVision.
Okay,
I'll
you don't
do
need
that
to see
this
WandaVision
week.
for my tomfoolery theory. But
No, but after watching the new Rockstars breakdowns,
you need to see WandaVision, dude.
Full disclosure, they believe that he is under the spell of the Scarlet Witch.
I think he could also be a Skrull.
What?
Yeah. That's not Doctor Strange, dude.
I
That's not that the Doctor Strange in this fucking movie is
in
not
the trailer.
in the trailer is not Doctor Strange. That's not the Doctor Strange we know and love for one reason and one reason only. You ready for this?
Yep.
If you've been doing a lot of new Rockstars watching,
I
you'll know
have.
this. So, okay, this Doctor Strange in this movie has the Eye of Agamotto which is like the necklace that holds the Time Stone. Right?
But the Time Stone's gone.
First of all, the Time Stone in this MCU is gone. It's destroyed.
Yep.
Captain America put it back in when they borrowed it, basically, and that's gone. But also, Thanos destroyed this MCU's version of the Eye of Agamotto. So either he made a new one that's just like bronze that looks like that, or it's fake. You know what I mean?
What's he hiding in there?
Or what's he got? You know what I mean? Like he's just got
what
like
does he have in that amulet?
He's got like an M&M in there instead of
it could be an Altoid. I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. So like Doctor Strange should not have that. So either it's a different version of Doctor Strange from another universe, like it could be, for example, because also I don't know if you noticed in this trailer, this Doctor Strange kind of behaves weirdly. He fucks up a spell, which he shouldn't fuck up. He should be an expert at those spells. He like says weird things in the trailer, like "Go Scooby-Doo this to the kids." Like, why are you helping them undo the spell? You know what I mean?
I have my own reservations to that point.
Yeah, but let me just finish this theory. So, like, in What If, you should watch the Doctor Strange episode, but that version of Doctor Strange in What If, the 4th episode, is completely different and like very not the same person because of how he becomes Doctor Strange, and he has the Eye of Agamotto still, and so it could be that version, and he's like a lot stronger than our version of Doctor Strange. So it could be him like invading and tinkering. It could also be a Skrull pretending to be Doctor Strange for whatever reason, because we know Skrulls were pretending to be Nick Fury and the agent whose name I can't remember. She's the same actress that was in How I Met Your Mother. Sorry, I don't remember her name. But anyways, that impersonating them at the end of one of the movies. I forget which one. And then also there's going to be a Secret Invasion like a TV series or movie that's coming out like in the not so distant future, where it's all about Skrulls invading the Earth.
Sheesh.
Easily could be a Skrull. Also, Wanda could be just puppeteering Doctor Strange, and she's not 100% good at all of her spells just yet, so it could be why they screwed up that spell.
And that's why not seeing WandaVision, that seems a little bit more outlandish.
Yeah.
To me.
To be like, how is someone going to take over
Doctor fucking Strange?
Dude, you got to watch WandaVision. I'm just saying.
All right, so
show is crazy.
If we're going to take my opinion.
Yeah, what you got?
This is someone who loves Doctor Strange as they exist.
Yeah.
Based on the trailer.
Uh-huh.
Out of character. 1,
yeah, it's weird. He's acting weird.
1,000%. On top of the fact that after watching that new Rockstars breakdown, the attire.
What are you eating, by the way?
So gum.
Oh. Anyways, the entire what?
I'll spit out my gum.
Yeah.
Anyway,
because all I hear is smacking over there.
Okay, so New Rockstar's breakdown.
Yeah.
They point out so much about Doctor Strange that just does not make sense. But starting with the apparel, he's wearing a fucking Columbia hoodie.
Yeah, why is he? And it's like
Nope,
snowing in the
not
sanctum.
happening. Nope, not normal Doctor Strange.
No, definitely not.
In the trailer, Wong goes through the portal. He says, "Do not cast that spell."
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Doctor Strange disobey? Not even disobey, but disagree with anything Wong has said.
He said. I mean, he says it a lot. He disagrees with Wong all the time. He's
But
like, "Oh,
does he?
don't read the forbidden books," and then he goes and reads the forbidden books. You know what I mean?
But how many times has he ever really gone against him?
Well, that's true. Like harmful things, like especially
Like he'll read the books and he'll
time,
be like, "I shouldn't have read these fucking books."
Yeah, but how about
But-
like time universe breaking spell? You know what I mean? Like you think he
Casual.
would know better
With
He's
a
like,
fucking
yeah,
cup of
no,
coffee, he's like,
no.
"Yeah, fuck it, I'll screw up the entire multiverse
right?
for
no
you,
problem, Peter. I
Peter.
gotcha.
For you,
Right.
Spider-Man, so you can get your dick wet with MJ and not even be worried about it."
Right. Exactly.
No,
It's weird. For sure.
not my Doctor Strange, not my president. Something fishy is going on.
Yeah, I agree. There's something up with Doctor Strange. I don't get it.
And after watching that breakdown, which this podcast is not sponsored by New Rockstars, but
I mean, it basically is. We talk
it
about New Rockstars
basically
all the
is.
time.
Watch that fucking breakdown because
Yeah,
they
there's
do
two of them.
Such a fantastic job.
Yeah, New Rockstars has a full
Such a
breakdown
good
and
job.
then also like a reaction to the second trailer, which is
And
awesome.
then they have the breakdown of the breakdown where they really show quote and quote proof
like the removal of
multiple
those
Spider-Verses.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like there's like blurry sort of images and things like that where you can see where they scrubbed something out of that frame, which is
Exactly.
wicked cool. Yeah,
Oh
6
my
hours
God.
ago that got posted, according to after this recording, that the breakdown of the breakdown. So anyways, we are super stoked about Spider-Man No Way Home. I definitely am going to see that opening night. I might even see it twice, honestly. I might go back to the theater. But I'm super pumped about it. Joey, any final thoughts?
You know,
I will say,
Mhm.
real quick, I really hope MJ does not die. Because, I know
from
Gwen
the
Stacy.
falling scene.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy dying is a really tragic thing, and it's a character growth moment for that Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. But and I feel like it sucks because you never get to see him grow out of that after that movie. He's just sad and broken at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2. They don't go and make a third movie, so I really don't want, if this is the last of Tom Holland Spider-Man, which I don't know if it is or not, but it's leaning sort of towards a wrap up aside from him in team up movies later, right?
Mhm.
I would really rather him not be super crushed like that. He's gonna know sacrifice and stuff at the end of this movie. He's like, hey, I screwed up. I tried to be selfish, and the whole world is paying for it, kind of thing. It seems to be the message of this movie. But I really hope MJ doesn't end up dying, because that just sucks. I want to see him keep that relationship. But
Also,
Joey, what were you gonna say?
Well, kind of going off what you're saying. So, the official trailer, the one that came out 2 days ago,
Yeah,
it opens up with Tom Holland in the rain, battered, broken, this, that, and the other thing.
yeah, he's visibly beat up.
Something fucking happened.
Yeah.
And we end the trailer
with him almost saving
with
MJ,
him
but
almost grabbing MJ's arm. Which, at the end of the day, why wouldn't you use your webs?
Maybe he was out of webs.
Out of webs, my ass.
Well, dude, those are artificial. The webs are artificial. He's not Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, where he's just coming webs out of his wrist.
I get it, and we're gonna get the whole Tom Holland origin story because he mentioned it a second time. That he got bit by a
by a
spider.
spider. I would be cool to know a little bit more about how the hell that happened, but
Whatever.
just a quick. I want like less than 3 minutes of that.
Of the I got
Of
bit
the-
by
or
a
by a
spider,
spider.
and now I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, real quick.
Okay, timeout.
I don't
TV
need to see
timeout,
that again.
30 seconds. Did Tom Holland ever wear glasses?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So even in the comics, Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, has
Wears
always
glasses.
worn glasses.
And then he becomes Spider-Man
Bit
and
by the
doesn't need the
spider,
glasses.
and he's like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Yeah, well, his vision gets better because of the spider
Exactly.
bite. Yeah.
Never happened in the newest ones.
Well, because Tom Holland's Spider-Man never got an origin story. He was just like already Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which like I appreciate. I kind of like that. I Marcus makes this point all the time too, where he's like, dude, I've seen the origin story, like particularly with Spider-Man. He's like, I don't want to see any other Spider-Mans get bit by a spider. Like, let's go,
Well,
give him the powers and let's go. We don't need
timeout.
to see the origin
Again,
story. You know?
Spider-Man is special.
Yeah.
Because Sony has its fucking toes dipping in the water here.
Well, yeah, of course.
But as far as a Marvel character,
yeah,
I associate that with Tom Holland.
Well, yeah, me
and
too.
I do not know how this 14-year-old became Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know how Tobey Maguire became Spider-Man. I
And
know
Andrew
how
Garfield.
Andrew Garfield became Spider-Man.
I guess the point is like you don't need to, you know?
Why not?
Because it's not compelling storytelling if you've already know the story. Like when Spider-Man.
Why is that part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I'm just saying.
It isn't.
It's not. Well, it's not part of it. We just haven't seen it. That's all. It happened. We just didn't see it.
I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, and let me give you an example. Like Shang-Chi, right? Shang-Chi, you pick up that character. Have you seen that movie?
Yep.
Okay, so you pick up that character and he's already badass.
Yeah, normal dude.
No, he's a normal dude. He's already
Jackie
badass.
Chan. He is Jackie Chan.
Dude, okay. I don't want to go on too many sidebars, but that movie is fucking awesome. There's different like martial arts / kung fu movie influences like per fight. Like so there's that bus scene in the beginning is very much modeled after Jackie Chan's acting, where he's like kind of gets hurt and it's a little comedic, and then like it's very stunt oriented, and then like it's like somewhat relatable, and then like there's other ones where he's like it's like an homage to Bruce Lee, and then there's different fighting styles where I forgot the dad has a specific fighting style versus the mom's fighting style is like Tai Chi based, you know. I thought that was cool. Yeah, water bending, air bending, whatever.
Yep.
Very flowy.
Yep.
But it was cool. Shang-Chi was great. But my point being, I don't think you necessarily need to open with an origin story that takes 20 or 30 minutes of a movie. Like make them like I really liked how Shang-Chi did it, where like you start with the character, he's already badass. You have a plot of the movie, and then like through you find out his origin story because it explains his relationship with his father, not just his origin story for the sake of showing the origin story. You know what I mean? I thought that was way better done than just like, here you go, here's the dork, gets bit by the spider, gets the powers, goes on an adventure. Like, because that takes too long. It's not as compelling, you know?
And I very much agree with that, but
yeah,
taking another point from New Rockstar, we don't know exactly the circumstance for which Tom Holland gets bit by the spider.
That's very true.
We do not know.
What if he got bit by a spider and then fell into a radioactive tank?
What if the spider was just like the day after he got exposed?
A stray sneeze from the Hulk and got bit by a spider?
What if he had COVID? We don't know.
Damn it, Joey.
Damn it, COVID. We don't know.
COVID strikes again.
Why is it so important? Because we know how Toby gets bit. We know how Andrew gets bit. We don't know how Tom gets bit. But Tom's the only one with nanotech.
That's true. All right.
So, did Tony Stark make Spider-Man?
No, he was Spider-Man. Did you watch the first movie?
How do you know?
Because he was Spider-Man fighting in the pajama suit with the
No,
goggles.
I understand, but
Yeah, the
for
pajama suit.
all intents and purposes, we have no idea.
That's very true. All right, I'll let you find out. We can find out in this movie. I'll allow it.
December, what is it, 17th?
17th. I
Yep.
think it's I think it's a month from today. From
It'll
yesterday.
be fucking tasty. That's what
Hey,
it'll be.
do you want to talk about Metroid Dread?
I'm still worked up from Marvel,
I know.
but I want to hear your experience with Metroid Dread, considering it is the freshest in your mind.
Yeah, so I played 45 minutes or so of Metroid Dread right before we started recording. I played the demo because I did not want to buy the full game because I probably won't play the full game, full disclosure. I'm just not a platformer person.
Yep.
As I alluded to in my what have you been up to section. I'm really fucking bad at this. Like usually I'm pretty good at first person shooters. I'm pretty good at most like action RPGs. I can kind of figure it out after a little while. And I am awful at platformers. Like awful. There's a segment in the game in the intro where like you have to jump and the arc of your jump matters, right? Like so you have a highest peak, so the where you jump from in relation to what you're trying to jump at matters. And it took me no less than 20 minutes of just jumping at this one ledge to actually fucking get it.
In addition to Snapchatting me.
Yeah, and I had to
Asking.
Snapchat call Joey, or like, yeah, I called him and like, how the hell do you get past this part? Because I thought I was just doing it wrong, or like I was missing something. It turns out I just suck. You have to like shoot this box that's on the ledge, and then immediately run at it from the correct spot and jump, and then you will hit the correct height and go. But I was either too close or too far away, and I was hitting the wall before the ledge and not ever being able to grab it. Or my timing would be off and I'd take too long to jump and the box would reappear and I couldn't grab the ledge. So it took me literally 20 minutes to jump to a ledge. And then of course I Snapchat Joey and the next try I get it. And I'm like, Are you kidding me? But the next try I jumped like a full like height of the character Samus, like higher than I did before. So I was like, oh, okay. You have to run and jump at the right spot and then you jump a little bit higher than normal. It's like the game's teaching you that, hey, there's a way to jump higher. But it was a painful 20-minute lesson because I just suck at platformers. But the fighting was interesting. I like how the enemies are not like one-shot kills. So you actually have to like try a little bit and your upgrades like really matter. I know I got like a temporary boost with the Omega Cannon. I called it the Kamehameha Cannon to kill I forgot what they're called, the robot guys. Emmys. Yeah, one of the Emmys. And that was cool that it was like transient. I have a feeling like later in the game you can like keep that permanently or something.
Nope.
Oh, well, I'm sure you get upgrades to your cannon later, but it like makes you sort of appreciate the upgrades, you know? Like you get missiles and then you get a little bit better missiles. I felt like the gear progression was kind of nice. To be like, okay, it felt satisfying that it like kills things much easier, especially when your starter cannon already is not very powerful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The enemy like difficulty was nice. It was also interesting how like those Emmys are like invincible almost, like to start. So you end up killing you. I came across two. I killed the first one with like that temporary upgrade, the Mega Cannon. Oh, it's Omega Cannon. But then you lose that basically right after you kill it, and then I'm going along platform and doing my thing. And then I find another one. It's got even more armor, and I'm just screwed. You have to like literally run away from it. And I thought that was cool. It felt like a horror element to the platformer. You know, it reminds me of like the stages of like Metroid from the Super Smash Bros. Melee on the GameCube, where like the acid would come up.
Yep.
Like it just builds that like sense of tension into Metroid. You know, it's like, oh, you've got the sci-fi platformer, but then you've got this sense of like urgency throughout the whole thing. You know, you're a cool badass character, but then like crazy shit's happening. So like even though you're badass, it's just even more crazy, and you gotta still have that sense of urgency and adventure, like you're actually running around on this crazy planet. That like it's like almost scary but not scary, you know, just like it gives me that little bit of like, oh shit, tension the whole time. Mm-hmm. Which is cool. I appreciate the vibe of Metroid for sure. So Joey played like the whole game. Joey is the resident. Well, pretty much. But Joey's played and I know Marcus had only played the demo also, but so his input was probably about similar to mine, because I know he's bad at platformers too. But the Joey played a lot of this game, and he loves Metroid. So I'm really curious to see what you thought.
Yeah, no.
Want to take
If
us
I
through your
could,
notes here?
we could, but
You don't have to go through all of it, but give you the whatever
at
you
the
want.
at the end of the day, you're talking about someone who wanted their first tattoo to be the fucking Metroid emblem
Yeah.
with the Samus S and the morph ball behind it. My
Wait,
favorite video
was your
game.
first tattoo not that?
My first tattoo was Jurassic Park. So it was a
Okay, that's
toss
fair.
up between
Wait, put your
Metroid
mic
and
back in front of your face. There you go.
It was a toss up between Metroid and Jurassic Park
Yeah.
as to what my first tattoo was going to be. But
Uh-huh.
so we spent a decent amount of time during this podcast talking about the Game Boy.
Yep.
I had a Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Advance SP, and do you know what the only game I played was?
Which Metroid?
Metroid Fusion.
Nice.
Metroid Dread is the sequel to Metroid Fusion 19
Oh my God.
years later.
That's so crazy. From
So,
2001?
yeah,
Wow.
disgusting. 2002. Anyway, so the whole idea of Samus is that she is a bounty hunter that is contracted by the Galactic Federation to destroy the Metroids. The Metroid is basically the COVID of their galaxy.
Yeah, they like take over the minds of people, right? These creatures.
Disgusting. They are the alpha organism.
Yeah.
Destroys everything. Samus goes and eradicates the Metroid entirely.
Okay.
Except
Dun dun dun.
there is a parasite called the X.
Right, which like can mimic anything, right?
Exactly. They are essentially a mimic. It's like Ditto from Pokemon.
Yeah, they're even blob-like.
They're floating blobs that will mimic any sort of living organism.
Mm-hmm.
She destroys the Metroids, and then she's like, fuck. We got this other thing I got to deal with, the X.
Yep.
The X infects her. Because she is the alpha female, whatever, the X ultimately ends up mutating her DNA.
Mm-hmm.
So she is not only part Metroid, she is part X.
Yep.
That's why Samus is crazy. She's a human orphan that was adopted by the Chozo, which are bird people, who then gets infected by the Metroid and the X
Survives.
to become the
Ultimate
alpha organism
right.
to exist.
And she's got a suit of armor
From the Chozo.
from the Chozo.
From
with
the
a cannon
Chozo.
for an arm.
Exactly.
Yep.
She's like, I'm so fucking cool. I not only eradicated the Metroid, I defeated the X. Game over.
Boom bam. And then this game starts.
And then some asshole sends her a tweet that says, "Hey, I got X on planet ZDR."
Right.
And she's like, "Oh no." So she goes there,
And sure enough.
gets her ass kicked, and here we go.
And that's the start of the game. Yeah,
And
there's like
that's
this
Metroid
character
Dread.
is like almost looks like a. So she goes there. She immediately gets into a fight with this character who looks like they have the same type of armor that she does. It's like with like the cannon hand and everything, but like the face is way different. It's almost like
A bird.
a bird. It looks like reminds me of like Ridley sort of from the first Metroid, the big dragony enemy. Maybe it's supposed to look like a bird, but it's very clearly like something Plague Doctor-y looking. With like Samus armor, it's all gray, and like she gets beat up. So then you start playing, you wake up from consciousness, and you have no more powers because of your X infection or whatever the heck happened to you. And then you go from there. You're trying to figure out how to get out of this sort of facility that you're in. You're in like the basement, which is cool.
Yeah.
And that's where I started playing. The demo is like the first part of the game.
Demo is the first part of the game, but the whole reason you're on this planet ZDR is because you were essentially sent this tweet that's like, hey, look, we have this planet, and here's the X that you allegedly defeated at the end of
Right.
Metroid Fusion, but it's still there. So she's
Right.
like, double birds to the wind. Fuck you. I'm
Right.
going to go defeat this again.
Yep.
Gets to planet ZDR and gets absolutely massacred by this weird looking bird.
Yep.
Falls unconscious, and then you have to,
Then you
in
start
true
playing from there.
Metroid fashion, have to get all of your abilities back.
Yep. Classic Metroid. What were
Ultimate
some of
bounty
your...
hunter loses their abilities every game you play.
Yep. I mean, same thing with every game, right? Like God of War does that.
Yeah,
Uncharted, I'm sure, does
like you're an
that.
ultimate human being, and all of a
And then
sudden you
you
get
you
beat up to
always
the
lose
point
all your
where
stuff.
everything's gone.
Yeah. So, is this game super duper exploratory?
So, Metroid Dread, not only does it follow Metroid Fusion, 19 years later, it goes back to the 2D roots of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Metroid Fusion comes out, and then a couple years later, the GameCube gets released, and Metroid Prime releases.
Yeah.
I don't know the
That was for
specific date.
GameCube.
It was for GameCube. It
But that
was first-person shooter. It was totally different than any other Metroid game that Nintendo has ever released.
I didn't love that. Yeah.
What?
Metroid Prime.
What?
Well, dude, I'm terrible at these games.
Bud, Metroid Prime is so different than anything that Dread has to offer.
I know, but I don't know.
You
I think I
like
just...
Fallout? Hold up.
I know. I don't know why I didn't like Metroid Prime. I played it, I tried it, and I just wasn't in the mood or something.
Whew.
It just triggered Joey so hard.
Oh man, I gotta find some Zen.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I get it. It was a cool environment and stuff. I think like I had a tough time shooting with a GameCube controller because I was used to PS2. You know, just jamming Call of Duty.
I
Or,
guess.
sorry, not Call of Duty. Well, yeah, the original Call of Duty
Mhm.
or Medal of Honor Frontline
Oh goodness.
or Medal of Honor Rising Sun.
Don't
Was
bring me back to Medal of Honor. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Do you
tell me
remember the first
tell
one
me
that
about
came
this
out
game.
on the Wii?
The Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
No, I never played any shooting games on the Wii.
Oh my god, it was
refused.
despicable.
Yeah, of course. The motion tracking was
Despicable.
awful.
Ugh. Anyway, Fusion comes out, Game Boy Advance, blah blah blah. Cool.
Okay, take me to this game. We're in Dread already.
Dread.
Yes. Tell me about the
Fighting the
exploration.
X. It goes back to that same thing. So we had the
From
reason
Fusion.
So over that 20 years or so, we had
Yeah.
this first-person shooter aspect of Metroid
Yeah.
between Prime 1, Prime 2 Echoes, and Prime 3 Corruption,
Yeah.
where you had this level of exploration, but it was just inherently different from what Metroid really stood for.
Yeah, it's not 2D. It's not a 2D platformer,
Not 2D
Metroidvania.
platform.
Yeah.
It's a whole category of video game.
Right.
2021 hits. We pull Metroid Dread. Long awaited, kind of baited in Fusion, in Samus Returns, this,
Yeah.
that, and the other thing. Delicious.
Yeah, it goes back to that exploration heavy, backtracking, sort of re-exploring
Super
areas after you get new
Metroid
abilities.
Part 2.
Yeah, that's great.
Gorgeous.
What do the graphics look like?
The graphics really kind of pull at the heartstrings of some people.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch limited, right? 720p, 60 frames per second. Doesn't look really good because of the hardware they're working with.
Yeah.
A lot of people were really upset
With
by
how this looks.
Exactly.
Because it looks like a game from 20 years ago, roughly.
It's
at least 10 years ago.
It looks worse than Super Monkey Ball.
Yeah, it does. I mean,
It's
it looks
not
like it's
good.
from early 2000s. ish.
Right? And this is something you
Yeah.
had like 2 decades to work on.
Yeah, which is crazy.
I
But like
get being
also the
limited.
Switch is like, I feel like the space shuttle in 1960 had more power than the Switch does. So like I get it.
Yeah.
My TI-84 graphing calculator has more power than the
Like you could play
Switch.
Doom on your calculator and the Switch can't handle Metroid Dread. Gross.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, a lot of people were really upset with how Samus looked in this game.
Yeah. I think it looks good though when you think like, hey, it's a it's supposed to be 2D. It's supposed to be a platformer. It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a sequel to this 20-year-old game. So like that's what you expect from like a 2D platformer, If they made it look like Norman's Night in the Cave and it was a completely different art style, people would be like, why this looks funny, That's like Norman's Night in the Cave is the first 2D platformer that I thought of,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
or like is it's not Tiny Tina. There's like a game for like PlayStation. I'm gonna totally butcher it. It's like weird, like puppet looking. It's a platformer too. But anywho, back at the ranch. You know what I'm talking about? It's like there was like a
Little
dark
Planet.
theme. Well, it could be a Little Planet
No.
something. I think Little Planet's a platformer, but you know what I'm talking about. Those games look modern when they're platformers, right?
Yep.
Graphic style is way more modern versus like this is very clearly trying to look a little bit more retro, which is fine if that's what you're going for. But if people expect all the modern all the time, then I can understand why they'd be a little upset with Metroid Dread. But
Well, yeah, you just expect progression and improvement when
right,
you don't necessarily get it.
right. So speaking of progression, how is the gameplay of this? Is it hard?
Dude, so you said that you suck at it.
I do. I'm fucking awful.
I like to think I'm good at platformers, and I fucking suck.
Oh, okay.
So, one of the biggest criticisms of this game is that it's extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah, it's hard. Like it gives you zero directions. Like
Uh-uh.
I didn't skip any cutscenes, and I was like, where do I go? What do I do? Like how do I open this door? You know what I mean?
You
Can I
called
open this
someone
door?
else who's done it.
Right.
And
I literally
it's
called you. I'm
so
like, dude,
tough.
what the hell?
It is so tough. And the thing with this game is that you just have to kind of like hope.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's a lot of trial and error and like figuring it out as you go. I will say the aiming mechanic is really challenging.
tough.
I found.
Tough. It
Like
I would say that the controls on the Switch are dare I say clunky.
yeah, it felt clunky to me because like I wish you could aim with one stick and move with the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't. You're basically using one analog stick for everything, and then you have to click. So, like for reference, you move with the left analog stick, right? But then you also aim with the left analog stick, so you can only shoot in the direction that you're already moving.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, if you want to really alter it past like the cardinal four directions, you have to hold down like the left bumper of the controller, and then it'll let you move, and then you can't move. So it's like when you want to aim in a real 360, you have to stop moving and then hold down a different button, and it lets you do that. It's really clunky. I found that's I think what screwed me up the most was the clunky aiming mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it would let you like, I don't know you ever play like, the 2D ish top down Call of Duty game mode that's like a bonus thing. It's like a zombies.
The zombies.
Game mode.
Dead Ops Arcade.
Dead Ops Arcade. You know how you can like turn in a 360 and you're just shooting in a circle and stuff? I wish you could aim like that. That would make it feel way better in this. Granted, it would look weird if Sam's just pinwheeling her gun arm as you're blasting the walls.
Yeah.
But like
that's what you have to do at certain points. That's the issue.
Yeah, like it feels weird to just like not be able to like move and shoot in the, I don't know, it feels really clunky. I agree. But the jump mechanics,
tough.
They're difficult. I suck at them anyways, but it's like Mario where like if you jump, you got to be the certain distance away from the ledge to get the proper like height on your jump to hit the arc. And I did not find that very easily.
And then to clamber on the edge, it's annoying.
Tricky.
But the thing is that with Metroid, not only Metroid Dread, but any Metroid game, you have to go through the game to eventually come back to a spot you already have been
Right.
and unlock a certain area.
Right. Which is
So
kind
you
of
need
cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, but it can also be frustrating because you know that eventually you'll be able to access this part, but you
Yeah.
can't right now. And you don't
Right.
know when you'll be able to.
Yeah,
And
that's
a
that's rough.
prime example of that is the Morph Ball. So anybody who's even
Yeah.
looked at a Metroid game knows that Samus can turn herself into a little spear.
Yeah, a little ball and roll around and get into
Little
tight
ball, roll around, set
the
off
like
bombs, do her thing.
yeah, that's a prime function of like the Metroid character.
Normal.
Samus.
Very normal. It's
Yeah.
one of the first upgrades you get,
In like every other game.
except for this one.
Yeah, I even what's kind of frustrating, like literally within like probably 2 minutes of gameplay in the demo, not even. You find something that you can only do with the morph ball, and like you don't get it till way later, right?
Yeah, no, like
They like wave it
past
in
the
your face,
demo.
ha. They like wave it in your face, ha ha ha. You know this ability everyone knows about. Like, yeah, you don't have that, and you need it. Good, and like sucks to suck.
And that's like one of the key components of a Metroid game,
Yeah.
which
So
is
like, I
extremely
found that
frustrating.
I found that frustrating too. I thought like it's so ingrained in Metroid. I thought I would like didn't catch the tutorial where it showed you how to do it with like I was pressing like the D pad and like all the buttons I didn't use yet to like find the button that did that. You know, but
No, you have
how
to
about the
spend 3 hours in the game to find the Morph Ball. Anyway,
interesting? How about the other abilities that you get? Is there a lot?
yeah, no, so again, going back to the controls being kind of a little bit clunky,
Yeah,
if I'm going to say, and this is coming from someone who's played the majority of the game on an airplane.
well that's true. That's the best
Yep,
place to play.
exactly. There are a finite amount of buttons on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, controller. Yeah.
Yep, there are more abilities than buttons.
Well, that's a little annoying. So you had to like do
Yeah,
combo buttons.
you have to combo buttons, and then you have to remember, oh my god, I unlocked this ability using this button. So, going back to what you were saying about how you only aim with the left control stick,
Yeah.
if you click in like the right control stick, you
Yeah.
activate a certain ability.
Okay.
If you're never using the right control stick, when are you going to remember to press that button?
That's a good point.
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
just forget about that
You're
ability.
going to be like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I have to press that.
Right.
So, I feel like they did a lot with the game, but it was limited just based on hardware.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's tough. I feel like a lot of games, controller-based games, struggle with that, right? Like you get like, I
Hmm.
know in Horizon Zero Dawn, you pull up a pinwheel, not pinwheel, but like a wheel menu, like to choose your weapons. You know what I mean? And that lets you choose from like 8 or you know, it's four different weapons, but each weapon can have 3 different ammo types, so you can choose from 12 different
Jeez.
things on the wheel. You know, so
Hmm.
it's like it's a way to get around that, but you can't do that in a 2D like
Switch.
platformer like that on the Switch.
Mm-mm.
So tell me about these Emmy encounters. I talked about them a little bit, but like those things are scary. So they
Yeah.
were. I think the Emmys, the backstory. Correct me if I'm wrong in the story. They were supposed to be like the drone robots. They were supposed to go kill the X's on the
Yep.
planet at first, and then because they didn't hear back from them, they send you instead. You know,
Exactly.
and then you
So,
get there, and the Emmys are attacking you.
yeah. Government employs Samus to go
Yep.
fix government project.
Yep.
There you go.
And then, that's it. That's all you need to know.
That is it. Basically,
But you
she
can't
shows
kill
up
them.
and no, they're extremely difficult. So I don't know how to talk about this without giving anything away.
Okay.
Ultimately, you have these zones in the game that are called Emmy zones, and those are the zones that are patrolled by these robots that are seemingly all powerful.
Invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So each time you get captured by an enemy, you have one exact chance to try
It's
and
like a
parry
quick
it.
time event, but
Yep.
like it's a really tiny window.
It's instanced, and if you have it perfectly, you can probably do it 50% of the time.
Yeah. It's hard though.
Tough. But
Otherwise you just die. Game over.
instant. And the one of the good things I'd say about Metroid Dread is that before you enter these enemy zones, it kind of auto saves for you. So when you die 100 times in a row, you don't have to actually go
Go
back.
way back. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's beautiful. But the name of the game is Metroid Dread. And these zones in particular really get you as far as emotion.
Yeah.
So the music changes, the zone is different. It's like blacked out, shrouded. You almost have to run through there
Yeah.
without encountering this robot that'll instant kill you.
Right.
So I think that it's been a really cool introduction to the series as a whole.
Agreed. I mean, I sucked at it, but it's interesting. You know,
Yeah.
I thought the melee countering was really cool. How you can like, first of all, you have a melee attack.
Yeah.
Second of all, you can like counter these enemies that also have melee attacks. I thought that was a cool feature. It's not just run around and shoot stuff. It makes you like actually pay attention to like the sort of animations of the enemies and stuff, and like it's less like mindlessly running around and shooting, and more like really doing a dance of combat as you're going through. You know,
Yeah. It kind of empowers Samus as a
right?
character.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I think it's an awesome game. What did you think you would rate it at so far? Well, first of all, how many hours in are you? Would you say?
I'm about 12 hours in.
Okay.
I haven't beat the game, but
How
I'm the
how
kind of
far do
guy
you
who's
feel you're into it? 50?
80%.
Oh, okay. Like almost done. I get you.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's like a 22-hour campaign or something like that.
Okay. I get you.
But then again, like when you're playing the game, you don't have a sense of like when it's done
Right.
because you just keep finding more abilities.
Yeah. More like ways to get through the map and sliding and dashing and the phantom cloak and the spider climb.
Yeah, no, each time you unlock a new ability, the possibilities of what you've already experienced change.
Right.
And that's
You can get to new areas and stuff.
yeah. So the
That's
cool
cool.
thing about Dread is that you start at the base of this planet, ZDR,
Hmm.
and you have to fight your way to the surface, which is where your ship is.
Right.
In order to do that, you go to these different biomes on the planet to try and fight your way to the surface, but the whole time you got to go back and forth
To
to
get to these
unlock
other
certain
areas.
areas
Yeah.
exactly and different abilities. So either way, I
What do you
think
think?
it's a fantastic game. If I was going to give it the IGN number, I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Damn.
I am swayed considering one of the housewarming gifts I was given was a photo of Samus.
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, I've seen it.
You've seen it,
Yeah.
where it's like one of those things where you move across and it's like one of those 3D cards that if you bend it a certain way, it shows a different photo.
Yeah. And it's
And
Samus in and out of the helmet, right?
exactly, if you walk by, it's Samus, and then it's Zero Suit Samus, and then
Yeah.
it's her in her power suit again.
Yeah. That's cool.
But if I was a normal human being, I'd give it like a 7.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
give it
that
a
sounds
7.
reasonable considering the graphics and the limitations and the slightly clunky controls. But the overall, like, I think going back to a 2D platformer for this series, like, feels right. You know, I'm not like a
It's
diehard
where it
Metroid
started.
fan, but it's like it's where it started. That's a lot of the core mechanics of the game is like that exploration in 2D, you know, platforming and things. And I feel like this is like almost there. You know, if you iron out the clunky controls, I think you get to an 8 or a 9 easily. You know, I like the graphics are forgivable considering the Switch and considering it's a 2D platformer anyways. And it's like paying homage or like really just being a sequel to that early 2000s game. So like the graphics I'm willing to like sort of brush off in the score, but like I feel like the clunky controls are where you get substantial negative points, if that makes sense.
Hot take.
Yeah.
all of the negative points are hardware limitations.
Right. Like if this came out for the PC, it's fine.
9.5 out of 10.
Right.
If you enjoy this genre,
Yeah,
9.5 out of 10.
agreed. So Joey, where can people find you if they want to?
Honestly,
Joey's not a streamer.
I'm not a streamer. I
He's
wish
not
I
a content
was.
creator.
If I were a content creator, it would be
Well,
painting.
That's true. Well, hey, where can they find your research papers?
They can find my research papers anywhere online. So I just had a new publication roll through. It'll be printed next month.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can look me
Printed
up.
where?
It'll be printed in the Journal of School Nursing. Or
For
you can
UConn?
look at, yep. You can look me up on PubMed. I have a number of papers out there. As far as video games go, I have a really, really, really 10-year-old YouTube channel where I had some really shitty highlight reels from Halo 4, but
No way.
I'm good. Oh yeah.
That's great.
Yep. Frozen Cheddar YouTube. That's
Perfect. It's also Frozen Cheddar in the Discord.
Frozen
right?
Cheddar in the Discord. If you're going to look at me on Instagram and see how much food I eat, it's at Fetta50. That's FETTA 50. Instagram. But
Awesome, man.
yeah,
Well, hey, thanks as always for coming on the show. This is
I
great.
will do it every day.
Thanks for drinking some whiskey with me and chatting about all of the things that we're interested in.
Absolutely. It has been a pleasure, and I appreciate every time I come on here because you guys just have such a great thing going. So keep it up.
Well, hey, will do, and same to you, my friend. We love having you.
What are you guys talking about in here?
Find out next episode of
Working Class Nerds.